Shalom, y'all. Yeah, I'm trying to fix this piece up in the front. But, shalom, good to see y'all. And I just jumped on here because I want to tell you a blessing that happened to me last night. Just, that's God, right? So, I was riding around with someone and they had to stop at the gas station. So I go in the gas station and tell them what pump one. And it was this man in the store. He said, "Give her $20 on pump one." And the store man looked at the man behind the counter, looked at him like, and he said, "Give her $20 on pump one." I turned around and looked at him. I said, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "We got to take care of each other." I just hugged him. I said, "Black man, thank you." Yes, when I see my brothers, I do address them as black man. "Hey, black man, how you doing today?" If he's with the woman, I'll say, "Hey, sis." I'll say, "Hey, sis," to her first. "Good morning, sis." I'll greet her first. I wouldn't care if it was her brother she was with. That if he's a young one, a young person, I'll say shalom to them. And anyway, I'm getting used to my birthday present. So we in the gas station, and he gets the gas, pays for the gas, and I go to the car, and then I was led to go back in the store. I had to find that man and pray for him. I saw him, he was coming up with a Gatorade to go pay for a Gatorade. And I said, "I got to pray for you." I said, "Can I pray for you?" And he said, "Sure." And I just stood in prayer mode with that man. I don't remember what I prayed for. I prayed for his life, his family, etc. and stuff. And I thank God that we live in a country where we can do that openly. And it was just 3 of us in the store. Well, 4. Because Yeshua said, "Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there shall I also be in the midst of them." And that the Lord inhabits the prayers of his saints. So, the Lord, the guy, the store owner, and myself were the 4 in that store. And I just think of it, it's not the amount of money. Understand this. It's not the amount of money that he did, but it's what he did out of love, with not for any recognition, none, because nobody was in the store. So check this out, right? I asked my second-born daughter, I said, "Do you remember?" I said, "You might have been too young to remember, but I don't know." I said, "Do you remember we used to go through the toll booth, and I'd pay for the next 20 cars or so behind us, 10, 15, 20 cars behind us?" And she said, "I remember that, Mom." I said, "You remember that? Oh my goodness." Because people would like drive up, and the toll booth clerk would just tell them, "Go ahead, it's already taken care of. Go ahead, it's already taken care of." And people would be bonking their horns and trying to get my attention. I'm trying to just bless somebody and be up out of there, because the word says when we pray in secret, when we do our alms, not before man, God would reward us openly. And it's all for the glory of Him. I love the shock factor. I love the shock factor. I was given the shock factor last night. I've given the shock factor, what I call the shock factor, but last night I was given, Given, the shock factor, the blessing of Yah. So I just want to share that with y'all and tell you that if you don't believe, in my experience, everybody have their own experience with the Lord. Everybody. And I'm not saying one way is that you know, I'm not trying to get into no discussion about that. I believe in what I believe in. Everybody's entitled to their beliefs, whether right, wrong, or indifferent, but they're real to them. And what that man said was right last night. We have to take care of each other. And that's the lesson for tonight. Thanks for watching Bedrock Inc. This is Ari the Lioness from the Lion's Lair. And y'all have a beautiful, beautiful night on purpose. Mwah. Love you. Shalom.